Hi, all you Pacers out there. I think we're having problems with Adobe this morning. I've heard from different teachers last night it wasn't working and stuff, and so, I'm thinking that maybe I'll just make a video and hopefully this will answer some of the questions. Okay, so I'm going to go through the first couple assignments from Pace, and then we can at least have a video about what to do. Okay, so let's pull up Pace. All right, so here's what the well, I guess as soon as you open it, it comes to updates, right? I put in a little introduction video there, right? um, so you can watch that. It's just a introduction to what PACE is and everything. PACE stands for Professional and Community Experience. That's what the acronym stands for, right? You can see over here that we have some upcoming due dates. Like today is the work information due date. So let's go to materials. You can see all the stuff. I decided to organize them into folders, just like every other class, just to make it easy for everybody. So the first assignment is work information. That's due today on Friday. And this is just to get me going so I can start contacting employers. And so it's got your employer organization, it's got your job title, it's got your job duties, it's got why you chose this job, and the supervisor's name and phone number. You can choose either to just like open up the Word document and start typing away. You could click on supervisor's number, the PDF one, and you could print that out and fill it out if you want to do it by hand. Either one is totally fine. I put in a video here of how to do that and everything. Tina's already turned it in, which is nice. And it basically just allows me to have some information so I can contact your supervisor, introduce myself, kind of tell them what's going to be happening the next couple of weeks. The PACE signature form is the formal thing that you have to fill out. 1 second, let me get rid of my email. Is the formal thing that you have to fill out. And let me open it so you can kind of see what it looks like. This has a signature line for you and your employer. So like you fill out this top part here if you are for everybody, right? And then if you are working, you fill out this part. If you are here for community service, then you fill out this part. So volunteer community service at this point, all you need is your parent signature and date. If you are having a job, then it needs a couple other things. There's like number of hours you're going to work per week, how long you've been employed there, that sort of thing, the phone number. And this is the formal document we need so that we have your parents signing off on the class and the hours and all that good stuff. And then I got some questions this week over this next thing, which is the chart for your work hours. It loads here, called the weekly work log. And when you look at the weekly work log here, it's broken up kind of into hours by week. So some people ask me, well, do I turn this in every week? Do I turn this in every month? Do I turn it in at the end of class? And the answer is you can do any of those things that you want to do. Now, if it was up to me, I would say probably that if it was me personally, I would want to fill all this out and then turn it in, kind of at the end. Some of you, though, know that you have like a set schedule. I work 8 to 2 every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever the case is there. And if that's true, then you fill in the date here, and then you can fill in your hours for the week, right? And then get your managers to sign it. So if your schedule is pretty set, just fill it out and then have your manager sign it and then bring it into me, okay? But you have from now until the end of this quarter to do this, okay? So if you want to do it weekly, that's okay. I mean, it's a lot of paper you're going to end up doing. You can just have your manager sign it every week, fill in your work hours every week. That's a good thing if your schedule changes a lot, like if you work in a restaurant or if you work in I don't know, any sort of job that your hours are constantly changing, then that's a good way to do it. If you have set hours, like if you work at Target and you always work from 8 to 2 or something like that, and you want to just fill this out, 8 to 2, and then put the weeks, all the way till the end of the quarter, then that's fine too. Okay? Just get your manager to sign it. That's the key thing here. Okay? You have to have your manager sign it. That's the thing you need. Okay. Pardon me there. Take a drink. That's better. So hopefully that answers some of the questions about what to do in the next 2 weeks. After this 2 weeks are up, we're still getting some students in. So I didn't want to put a ton of things in here for you guys to do this first week because I know that I just got 2 recent students in, and we might get a couple more. So this first couple weeks are just getting things signed, starting your weekly work log and stuff. The weeks after that, we'll start in on there's 3 essays that you're going to have to do. And they're mostly reflections about your work and, like what you've learned and what the work has taught you, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what's, upcoming over the next month or so. Okay. When you have questions, let me know. Hopefully Adobe will get better working here so we could have, like a face-to-face chat if we need to. But we'll have to just do videos for now, I guess. I'm at Central Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and I'm at Gateway Tuesday, Thursdays. I do have lots of meetings and stuff like that. I go over and I train other counselors. I talk to some of our part-time students who are in other schools sometimes. So I'm moving around a lot. But you can usually find me at those locations. Sometime during the day at those times. If you need a specific question asked, call, text, email. Or, you can always meet me at the site, just let me know so that I can put you on my calendar so I don't schedule something else there. All right? All right, guys. Have a great couple weeks, and, let me know when you have questions, okay? All right, so remember to turn these things in soon so I can get started on building that relationship with your supervisor, okay? All right, thanks.